Well, I'm going to give a lot of credit to Ole Miss. They have a very good football team, and our guys played hard. And we had our chances in the fourth quarter again to keep the game close enough to win it. And we had some very unique things happen in the fourth quarter, and we didn't capitalize on what we needed to do when we had some opportunities. And again, got outscored in the fourth quarter. So, but our guys fought hard down to the end. Never quit, and we'll keep working. Obviously, it's a tough loss for us, and we got to find a way to come back next week and win our first SEC game.
Question.
You said some very unique things in the fourth quarter. How important is it for your team when something happens like the Jeff Scott run, something that's kind of flukish, not let negatives kind of pile upon each other like they do?
Well, I think right now you're looking at a team that is very disappointed, and the game was well in hand when that play happened. Within a third down stop, we had a chance to get the ball back within, I believe it was 7 points at the time, and so we just can't. We got to keep moving forward. We got to keep moving on. We can't keep looking back at all the things that that happened or didn't happen that cost us football games. Other than the obvious, going back and trying to make corrections, and that's a perfect example of not finishing plays. We got to finish the play. He wasn't down, and we got to finish those plays. That's the bottom line. You take the punt where we exchanged. They had to punt it. They punted it twice. They got a chance to punt, basically a shank punt for, 11, 15-yard gain. And, we make an error, on our punt return team and give them an opportunity to punt it, and then we lose all that field position. So, again, we did some things that, again, you can't do in the fourth quarter against a team that offensively is explosive as these guys have been, and give them a chance to win the game, and we did it.
Gene, it looked like second quarter you guys were pretty physical running the football. Did you get away from that some in the third quarter?
Well, I feel like, we distributed the ball. We ran the ball somewhere around 40 times, and we distributed the ball a little bit more in the first half running it than we did in the second. Again, when we're putting 8 and 9 up around there, then you've got to be able to throw it some. So, that's what we were doing, and they were trying to pressure our run game a good bit. And, again, we still tried to run the ball 15, 16 times. The problem is that we had too many 3 and outs. And, so we didn't really sustain any drives the second half. The time of possession is something we wanted to win, certainly early in the game. I think there was a couple of reasons for that. We were making some first downs, we were hitting some plays. We came back from a 14-0 deficit by driving the ball and running the football. We were about where we wanted to be in the time of possession. But again, part of that is that that's a fast strike offense as well. So we didn't always play great on defense. I thought our tackling was very poor in terms of keeping leverage on a good back. Anytime a team runs for 200 yards on you, that's not very good defense at all. And I thought that was the case tonight as well. So I think it was a total team loss. And again, we kept it close enough in the fourth quarter to win it and get the job done.
At this point, the fourth quarter, is it just hard to explain just what's going on every week?
Yeah, it's different. It's different things. But I say it's different things. It's execution. That's what it is. In the fourth quarter, it's execution. We're not executing at a high level in the fourth quarter. And, it's just disappointing.
Coach, a very young Ole Miss team just seemed to dominate the second half. Did they do anything differently in the second half that surprised you? Did they make any adjustments?
I think they decided they were going to come back out and run a lot of their misdirection run game that they were having success with early. Again, I thought they did a great job with that. We were either not in position, we were not holding leverage on the ends of the line of scrimmage, or we're missing tackles. Case in point with Jeff Scott there at the end. you know, when you give up 200 yards rushing, that means they decided to run the ball, and we didn't do a very good job consistently stopping it.
Gene, you said you had to stop looking back and looking forward, but the chance to make it a bowl game or getting slimmer and slimmer as the year goes on. What do you have to look forward to? And how do you?
We're looking forward to the next opportunity to play. You know, we're looking forward to the next opportunity to play and win a game. That's it. You know, we're taking it one day at a time. And, you know, when you go through the struggles that we're going through right now, it's very difficult. And so our focus is our young guys that we're trying to coach every day. And you know, our goal is to every day grow them so that we can become better football players so that we can win a game. And so we're not looking at 7, 8 weeks from now. We're looking at tomorrow and the next day and ultimately the next game.
How do you think Clint played his first start?
You know, I think that Clint did some nice things, particularly early in the game. I thought he gained a little more confidence as everything, you know, as the game went on, unfolded. And you know, again, I think that he did some things. Obviously, the interception at the end there was not what we wanted, but you know, Clint came in there and did some good things.
You talked about with the Scott play, having to move forward, not looking back. How much was right after that play happened? How much did you feel like the momentum was really knocked out of yourselves?
Well, you know, we came back and, you know, again, what we didn't do is quit. You know, we took the next kickoff. They were scheming us a little bit on kickoff coverage because they didn't want to kick it deep. And so we took the next kickoff down the sideline. Again, had another opportunity to make something happen. But you know, again, just bottom line is we got to keep fighting. That's it. I think our kids did that today. I don't think there's any question. They kept fighting all the way down to the end. And they're going to keep doing that.
You talked about re-emphasizing the run game. You certainly did that, especially for the first 3 quarters. Is it hard to kind of look at that progress and that adjustment that you guys made, any success you may have had through the first 3 quarters, given the way this ended?
You know, right now we're looking at baby steps in terms of things we can build on. You know, we felt like at times we ran the football much better today than we did last week. We got to build on that. I thought that they ran for some tough yards. I thought that we mixed up the running game and what we were trying to get accomplished in a couple of different ways that was effective. Just got to continue to stay on that path and trying to continue to run the football. And again, especially when you play an offense that's got quick strike capability like this, try to win the time of possession. We just got to continue to keep working to run the ball.
Do you feel like you got the offensive identity a little bit more established today?
You know, the bottom line is we know we got to run the football. We know we got to take some shots down the field. Both of those things happen periodically. But we got.
Is the quarterback position still open for evaluation in the competition?
We'll go back and look at the film. You know, I'm not really ready to say one way or the other. You know, I thought Clint did some nice things today. We'll go back and look and just, you know, we got to really evaluate what happened today. And you know, we'll know more tomorrow. But you know, again, I'm going to go back and say that I thought Clint did some nice things today. He was the starter. Again, it wasn't perfect, but it was any other position on the field. So we'll have to go back and reevaluate it.
Gene, you talk about not letting outside distractions, but how do you go back to the team after this and all the talk that's already started and some things? How do you keep them from paying attention to some of the outside chatter?
Well, it's hard. You know, it's hard for them not to. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and put my head in the sand and act like it's not. But the bottom line is that we're doing our best jobs as coaches to keep this team unified and to keep this team working. And, you know what? It's a challenge right now for everybody in our room, coaches and players. This won't be the first challenge they've had in their life, and it certainly won't be the last. So we're going to continue to move on. That's not an option. We're going to continue to move forward, continue to try to tackle some of the challenges right now, continue to try to improve to win a game. That's as simple as I can make it, and that's as honest as I can make it from my heart. And that's what we're going to do, starting with me.